Anybody who has ever been there for you, don't you dare accuse them of not loving you. Don't you dare accuse them of not being your friend, because they got tired of your ass. They got tired of telling you the same thing over and over and over. And I know we have to let people live their life and make their own choices and make their own mistakes, but then they have to make their choice too, that they can't deal with you no more. And then sometimes you sit up and talking about, I think people just can't, because people always have always, especially in church, always admired the anointing on my life, right? But they didn't know how broken I was. So they saw me functioning in church and they thought I was way up here. And maybe in church, that's where I was. And maybe who I really am in God, that's where I was. But in my humanity, I was broken. I was depressed. I was dealing with anxiety. I was dealing with panic attacks, sadness on top of sadness. So when somebody came close to me, guess what? I wanted to show them I'm not just that person that you see in the pulpit singing or leading praise and worship or bringing a message. I'm not just that. I'm also torn up. I also love somebody who don't love me back. But then I cried about it all the time, and a person can only take so much. And then I told myself, I just think people can handle, I used to say, maybe they just can't handle my humanity. It's like people want to see me on a certain level all the time. And then when I show them that I'm really human and I suffer like everybody else, that they just can't handle that. Well, maybe, damn it, maybe they can't. You too heavy. You're too heavy. You're a whole person. The only whole person that should be carried like that is an infant. And we raise our children as infants. They're completely dependent upon us. But guess what we do as parents? We keep raising them and rearing and training them and talking to them, because the goal is to grow them into independent adults who can take care of themselves and who will eventually have a family of their own and be able to handle that if that's what they choose. So as a grown adult who wants to continue to dump yourself and dump your heart and pour out on another person, when they get tired, they can't take anymore. When they can't get a word in edgewise because everything comes right back to your sad story. Even if it reminds you of your sad story, stop bringing it up all the time. They trying to be your friend. But after a while, they can't take no more. They got their own issues and they trying to be your friend, but it's becoming one-sided. So that's what kind of triggered me when I saw that the people that's with you when you build, and those are your people. No, not necessarily. But what you can say is the people who were with you when you were tore down is your people.